It's easy to see Seattle's homeless crisis as just another tent, another problem. But people like Lucy, who left an abusive partner, and John, who missed out on a job on a fishing boat, want you to see much more.
I try to understand that not everybody is out here because they want to be.
We're only human.
Do you guys have case management anywhere or anything like that? Or
Chris Park is trying to help. He's an outreach program manager for the Metropolitan Improvement District in downtown Seattle.
And they were interested in emergency shelter.
The so-called MID team is one of many agencies on Seattle's streets in a crisis that's pulling this city and hundreds of others in our country apart.
Obviously, it's a polarizing conversation. Seattle is a very compassionate city, yet you also have individuals in the city who are very frustrated.
In part, that frustration stems from a troubling trend. Even as Seattle has nearly doubled its spending on homeless services in just the past 3 years, the number of people living without shelter in the city and King County has risen 40%.
Homelessness is a crisis across this region. The solutions, the action steps must come from all of us.
Seattle and King County signed an agreement back in May to better coordinate resources to tackle the homeless issue at a regional level, an effort Chris Park says can be successful with the proper amount of patience.
I think it's a good opportunity for it, and I think that we have to remember it's going to take time. You're talking about an issue that involves multiple systems, not just simply one.
Coordinating those multiple systems, from shelters to housing to mental health services and beyond, has been a rough road.
We need to be taxing these big businesses to provide.
Seattle's plan for an employee head tax to increase funding for homeless services was repealed this summer. King County's One Table collaboration with Seattle and other cities hasn't yet yielded any tangible progress. And yet,
we have had successes, and I think it's important to note those.
Mark Ellerbrook is King County's Regional Housing and Community Development Manager, now overseeing the remodel of an unused wing of the county jail as a low-barrier shelter for 100 people.
It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week shelter, so it's what we kind of call an enhanced shelters.
Studies show the city and county are getting more people into housing. But as rents in the area stay high, our homeless population, which includes the working poor, keeps increasing, making innovative ideas like the jail remodel all the more crucial.
This is really part of an effort of where can government step up with its own resources beyond financial resources. The thing that we need to do, and this really falls on multiple areas, is we really need to increase the amount of housing and affordable housing that are available.
Exactly, says State Senator Hans Zeiger.
At the end of the day, we've got to open up the market.
Zeiger, a Republican from the 25th District in Puyallup, is pushing for some new rules allowing for more tiny house developments across the state as a way to shift the homelessness discussion.
As we close that gap in terms of housing supply, I think we can begin to address some of the homelessness crisis.
He's also calling for improvements in mental health treatment, employment assistance, and other services too, as the state tries to collaborate with its partners to improve results.
I think we can do a better job of coordinating state services with the many nonprofits and local government agencies that are doing good work.
Ted Kelleher, Senior Managing Director of Housing Assistance for the State Department of Commerce, doesn't mince words on homelessness.
Is the system we have in place right now working?
No.
He says there's a natural tension between cities on the front lines of homelessness and county and state agencies looking to coordinate.
That's a tough tension to manage.
But the Department of Commerce has been measuring homeless investments county by county for many years.
So we're really looking at things systemically.
That data has helped shape new guidance plans for local governments about the strategies that work best in a state trying to build a comprehensive homeless policy.
At the end of the day, it's a local decision, but we really push for a more regional approach because it's the only way it makes sense, and it's hard.
It is hard work to help the homeless.
We're trying to survive, until something comes up.
That work is worth it for people like Chris Park, unwilling to give up in the face of a growing crisis.
As frustrating as it is, remember that I don't believe people necessarily choose this, and that sometimes people need to borrow our hope in order to be able to move through in life.